Hello, Ammirata. Huh? Pretty much 8. I see somebody coming on. Hey, Danya. So good to see you. Hello. Yeah, I'm going to be a cowgirl one day. At least a horse girl. Thank you for being on tonight. Yvonne. Hello, how are you? So good to have you. I'm able to be outside tonight. It's not raining in South Carolina. I have a guest, a special guest tonight. This is my Valentine's gift from my daughter. And he has lasted forever. So, and you can't see it really good, but I wrote on it, it's probably turned anyway, the way you see it through Facebook. It says, "You are loved." I think it's 8 o'clock. I'm going to go ahead and get going. Hopefully some others will join us as we continue. But I want to respect everyone's time. Well, tonight, our topic is Love Thyself. And I thought a lot about this, and I wondered even how, reading the topic, what you all would think. What does it mean? And what does it mean to me? And especially in the day that we're living in. It's different maybe than I would have thought 20 years ago. And it made me think of, for those of you that are mothers, and you can totally relate to this, when you've carried your child for 9 months, or even if you've adopted, whatever it is, and you see them for the first time, you see them brand spanking new, and I can say this is true for both of my children. I thought, when I looked at them, I thought, what beauty, what a miracle, and what love. There is a feeling inside, almost like in your body, in your chest, that almost like explodes through your whole body. It's such a wonderful experience of joy. It is a joy unspeakable when we get to experience that. And to experience all of those, beauty, a miracle, and love, all in its purest form, when our children are born, and the feeling that it gives and how it grows, it changes, it actually kind of evolves. It's, when they're going through the terrible 2s or the 3s or the 4s or whatever it is that you deal with, it's a different kind of love. It's not any less, it's not any better or worse, but it is different, and it changes, and it continues to change as that child ages and grows. And then fast forward to the day that we live in now. And we live in the selfie age. Wouldn't you agree? Selfie, everything's about self, taking selfies. And that's okay. I'm not saying that there's anything terrible about this. But there's been much more of an emphasis on ourselves and on the individual and on what we want or what the individual rights are. That sometimes those individual rights can be destructive to others around. I mean, you can think about that with somebody who steals, who goes into your shop where you worked really hard, and they take or vandalize. And we've had vandalism before, and that's a really bad feeling when somebody goes and they vandalize. Or even worse, when it's domestic violence or it's anything like sexual assault. That is totally a selfish, brutal act. And it is about self. So I would say before my generation, probably in my mother's, grandmother's, that was really the generation that they had service to others, and how they worked together as a team to accomplish something. It wasn't so much about the one, it was about the group, because the group had to do whatever it took to survive, because it was very hard. And my family came up, my mother, during the Great Depression. And because of that, I mean, they had to reuse so many things just to be able to survive. We fast forward to now where, we have microwaves, and, and even that's sometimes not fast enough for me to be able to get your popcorn or your sandwich or whatever it is that you're heating up. We're very much in a selfie age. So what does it mean, love thyself? Well, that's probably maybe somewhere, I won't even say in the middle. I would say it's the most authentic place that we need to be as individuals. And I was looking at kind of how you would define that, and I thought, well, there should be a gratefulness to be alive, right? Should be grateful that we're here, even though, we have things we have to deal with at times. There should be joy in ourselves to deliver something of ourselves to this world, because we have something to give. That's why we are on this earth. There's a purpose for us, something that we are to give. And a love for the Creator that has given us this body to accomplish all of those things. And to love that. So to love our bodies, what does that mean? It's not about being selfish or being selfie. It really is a gratitude. And I know my husband and he's sitting over here with me, my number one fan. I told him not too long ago, I said, here I am, 57 years old, and I'm just coming to the point of loving myself, my whole self. And why has it taken me so long? Why would we not love ourselves? Do we somehow think that that is selfish? Because it's not. With all my thinking, with all my doing, I couldn't make this exist. I couldn't, and you couldn't. We are given, I have brown eyes, I have brown hair. Well, I'd spray it brown. I had to spray it a little bit brown tonight. But with all our thinking and all our doing, we could not make any of this happen. Any of this is around me. I'm responsible to care for it, but I can't make it happen. So what can I do? I can enjoy it, right? I can enjoy it, I can love it, and I can take care of it. So just like I would take care of this yard, which I do, I have my little garden over here that I do things with, I have to take care of this. Hey, Suzanne, so glad to have you tonight. I have to take care of this too. I have to take care of myself physically by exercising. I have to take care of my hair, and I have to take care of my emotional well-being by getting the proper rest, proper sleep. Sometimes I have to take care of my emotional well-being by making sure I'm hanging around the right people. Hey, Dale. Yes, we all struggle with that, I think. We've lived long enough. We struggle with these issues. But there are times I do have to remove myself from certain individuals. And not only that, y'all, I have to remove myself sometimes from certain television. Because we've talked about that out here before. Sometimes TV can be toxic. The news can be toxic. So I have to watch things that are edifying and that are good for my mind. But our whole total well-being, there is a physical part, which is very important. It's what people see. It's what enables the rest of our being to be able to get around, right? Because our spirit, our emotions, or our soul, if you want to call it that, it can't go without this body, right? So We have to take care of, I don't know if there's 3 parts to us, if it's body, mind, and spirit. The emotions are somehow intertwined in there, but however you want to divide it up, we must consciously take care and love ourselves. And now when I say that, think about yourself right now, where you're at, just sitting at home watching this. Think about and just love yourself. And what do you feel when you think that thought? What about, say the words, I love Donia. I love Adele. And we have a Jane. I love Jane. Suzanne. I love Suzanne. Who else do I have out here? So I can see, right? Let's see. Yvonne. I love Yvonne. What does that make you feel like when you say that? And you really think, I love me. There's something, isn't it kind of a grounding? Do you feel that? Like a peace? A grounding? It doesn't sound selfish, does it? I mean, you love your family, your friends, your children, your spouse. You can love yourself. That's okay. And quite honestly, I think that to love ourselves, we can love everything else a whole lot better. If we can come to that point of realizing that even in our imperfections, there's still things about us to love. And we're our own worst critics, and we got to change. We have got to start seeing the good things about ourselves, about our bodies. And the next thing I want to talk about is our giftings. What is it about you that's special? What is it that you do that just blesses people? Because there's something about you, each one of y'all, that is beautiful, is great, and it's worthy, something that's very worthy. You have something to offer. I know we've talked before, there's some of you, I know got to be some great cooks out here. Some great cooks. There are some musicians out here. I bet there's some poets, probably some singers, fantastic moms, grandmoms, fantastic daughters. I know some of y'all have been taking care of aging parents. So what is it about your gifts that make you special? Because you are special. Love that and appreciate that about yourself. That was given to you. It's something that you can be thankful for and enjoy and share with the world. And here's one of the harder ones. Love our struggles. All right, that's something that I don't like. I don't like to go through struggles, but I've had them all week, and I know that you all have them too. I tell you what, it seems like every move I make, I run into a wall. It's almost like it's been impenetrable. And I keep thinking, what am I doing something wrong? You know, or am I approaching this improperly? But we're just going to have those. My husband said, what is that you told me? He said, it's going to make me better. Is that what you said?
That's right, bud. Be prepared.
They do. Struggles do prepare us. They are unpleasant during, but they do refine us. So we can whine or we can be refined. So the choice is ours to make. And I've had some struggles this past week, just a lot of little bumps in the road, but you know, nothing horrible, nothing terrible. Like a lady I just saw today lost her son. She lost her son. And I think of all the things I go through, it pales in comparison to having to take your son off of life support that's only 20-something years old and say goodbye. I cannot even imagine. So yes, I have struggles. You have struggles, things you deal with. But your struggles are refining you. Hey, and they're preparing you They're preparing you for what's ahead. They're preparing you for what it is that you have to give to the world. Because I truly believe those that are out here and you've joined this group, there's a reason you were drawn to this group. Because that is what I'm about. I know there's things I have yet to do in this life. I know that there are. And I want to do those things well. But I know God has been preparing me. And it's been a struggle, just like what we're talking about. We have to appreciate the struggle. That doesn't mean we have to stay in it. We should always move forward and try to rise above. And certainly with our attitude, stay positive. As positive as we can get. You know, I'm not one of those people that want to just go around faking a fake smile and always like everything's just coming up roses, because it's not. Sometimes you have to cry. I have a friend, her mother got pancreatic cancer, and they just told her that there's nothing else that can be done, and my friend is having to deal with that. And she told her mom, she said, her mom called her and said, I just cry every day. And she said, you know what, you call me and we'll cry together. Listen, we have those days. We have the struggles. It's okay to cry. There's nothing wrong with that. Sometimes it does make things just feel better. And her mom just kept saying that once you got her cry out of the way for the day, she was good to go. But your struggles, they are preparing you for something. What is that? I guarantee you it's somehow related to your gifting. So whatever your gifting is, I could just about tell your struggles in that area. So it seems to come that way. So guess what? All three of those things, to love our bodies, to love our giftings, and to love our struggles, makes us all one big, beautiful me. Big, beautiful you. And that is the full picture of what God created you to be, created me to be. And that is like one of the things of Ammirata, is becoming the woman that I admire, becoming the woman that I can admire. Instead of looking to others and looking up to respect them, working on myself to become. If there's things I need to fix, and there are, things I'm working on, y'all, so that I can admire who I am. Because it's really not all about me as far as being selfie, but it's about the me that has to be transparent and to go forth and has to accomplish the very purpose that I'm created for. And that's why we're out here. I want you all to be able to do the same thing. That is what we have in common. To be able to work on ourselves in such a way we love ourselves through the process, and we become better because of it. Because we do have two choices in that aspect. We can become better, or we can become bitter. And how many times do we see older people that are just so sour? They're so soured on life. And sometimes it's people that we look up to or we have in the past, and we think, what has happened? Well, it's just struggles. It's just things that have happened. And instead of becoming better, they've become bitter. And I want to become better. And I want to be a very jovial, happy, I won't say old person, because I don't ever want to be old. I just want to be beautifully mature. You know, like fine wine. So, you see my little bear friend back here? I couldn't figure out what to do with him because my daughter bought this for me, and he won't go away. He's been around. He's been hanging out for about 4 months. I think I'm going to put him in my Jeep, and I'm going to strap him in. I'm going to ride around with him, and I'm just going to see what people say and just tell them, you know, you loved. You know, it just brings some joy to people's lives. Sometimes things are funny, and you can just have fun with stuff. Yes, Susan, yeah, I like that word too. So, on Saturdays, we have a wonderful time we call it coffee with Melanie, but you can drink your tea, you can drink whatever. But the topics, usually for the week, they sort of start on Saturday. And this came up, self-image. So I hope that this has blessed you. I hope that you will go this week, and I would like your homework, if you could call it that, be to say, I love, and then put your name in there. Me, but I'd really rather you say your name, like, I love Melanie. And I want you to say it out loud, because your ears need to hear it, your brain needs to hear it, because it needs to process, it needs to get in there. Because you're worthy to be loved. And when we love ourselves, really, that attracts other people to love us even more. And I know you're loved, but love yourself, appreciate yourself. So go through this week. What can you love about your body? What can you love? What can you love about your giftings? And what can you love about your struggles? How have your struggles made you better? I want you to think on that. And if anybody wants to post some things out there on the site, put it out there. If there's something about yourself you love, if you have beautiful fingernails, which I do not, but if you do, post them. Put that out there. Or if you have a beautiful color of green eyes, post it. And we'll celebrate that this week. But I love y'all. I will see you out here Saturday at 8:30. We will do our coffee time. If you can join me, I'd love to have you. And just have a blessed evening. Love thyself. If you love yourself, others are going to love you, and you can better love others as well. You have beautiful hair. Well, put your hair out there. Take some pictures. Y'all post some stuff. I'd love to see that. I'd love to cheer y'all on. Y'all have a beautiful evening. Bye-bye.
Well, good, bud.